the mad scientist doing a how-to video on interior thanks to. Well, that's all I got, and this is Rebel Bubba, and I'm out of here. Alright, I'm back. So all I did is clean it up. It's not sanded, but I clean as close to this edge as possible. This edge right here. Try to get it close as possible. The closer you get, the better. See, and it's curved in probably about, I don't know, probably an angle like this. You want to just keep like a nice little angle around it. Just because you're adding something, so you got to take something away. And then you just take a piece of tape. Take a knife. Just cut out this. Since this is a small sections, you don't really need cardboard, but on bigger sections, you're going to need cardboard to keep the shape. Seeing this is a small section. This fabric actually has lines in the back of it. You guys can't see them, but I tape this side I want showing. This is the side I want for my backing. I just put a piece of masking tape over it. And then this goes like this. So however I want the pattern to go is how I would lay this tape onto this and try to keep it straight. Oh, that's crooked. I'll try to keep it somewhat straight. So this got your pattern straightened right here. So, because of the lines in it. All I'm going to do is cut through this tape here, but not the fabric. I do not want to go through the fabric. I just want to go through the tape. Pretty much making a real seat, probably in real life. You know, they do have like padding and all that. You know, they build it up. But instead, I'm doing it with tape instead of styrofoam they would use in real life. Just peel this away. This is polyester. This ain't real shiny, so it's probably cut with cotton. So the cotton gives it a duller look. The real shiny stuff would be probably 100% polyester. Just want to grab this piece of tape, pull this off. I want to get my scissors. Stubborn piece of tape, huh? Now I don't want to cut too much, but this is what's gonna make it look like it's tucked. I'll leave a little bit. You just got to keep cutting away and cutting away until it's the size that you need it. Let's see. No way. See, once I sand it and all that, but that's close enough. You'll see, I still got to do a little bit more trim around there. But this is good enough for a demonstration. Then I take HVAC tape, which if you're going to do the whole side panel, you're going to want to use one piece of HVAC tape to hold all three in, because this does fit up against the body. I'm going to take my piece and my outline, and then just form this tape here. Get this tape where it's formed the way I want it to make it look like it's tucked. Which this part is keep pulling away because the fabric's right there. That's why you got to cut a little bit more fabric so the tape will hold it in place. But you just do this like this. See, this will hold the shape. So now since I got my shape, I grab these scissors and trim as close as possible without messing up that shape. So that's what's going to hold your shape. So with cardboard in a bigger area, like if I had to go from here to here, about as wide as this, I would use a piece of cardboard. But small things like this, and sometimes you can get away with doing it like this on seats too. But sometimes you got to use cardboard depending on the seat, the way it's structured, to make it look like it's actually, you know, tucked in. But that should give you an idea. This stuff's a little bit different. I'll cover that later, because that's what this car is getting. Is the door panel's done like that. I didn't pick what side I want yet, but that's how you do it. And you just keep trimming around this, because once you got the shape, you're going to take one piece and you're just going to slap it over there, and wherever it touches the plastic, that's going to hold your panel in. So this one's just for the shape, to make it look like it's tucked. But I still have a lot more work. This is just to show you guys how I really do this. I still got a little bit more sanding and going around the edges and stuff like that. But you want to keep this at an angle back here, and then you use this HVAC tape to do your forming, and then once you get all three done, you just put one piece of HVAC tape back there, and it should hold it all in place. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye. Alright, well, this will be the last part of this that you guys can see. I had to reformat my mini drive because it wouldn't upload, so I have to reshoot this. It said it kept telling me an error, so that's what I did. And throughout the whole entire mistakes and all that, this is leather. It's pretty thin. See, got this side, and then we got this side, which I went with this side. And that's one piece of tape across the back. I usually start with the front. It's the same process as the plastic, carving out the plastic for the, other material, but these steps are a little bit easier. I'm going to just go over them real quick for you. See, I'll start with the middle one, get it placed, then I'll work on the two sides and go in. Now, to cut these out, all I did, grab my fabric, which is leather. I find out how I want it to run, which this is going to be pretty hard to do that way. Oh, I need a blade. You guys can't see it, but I'm going underneath the plastic just to give me that little bit of extra. Material. So I'll probably have a lot because the way this is angled. I just cut this out. Find my line down here. This used to be a seat cover. Right now, I just cut off where the seatbelt went through. Just trying to stay away from that line. And we just move all this out the way. Grab the same blade, go on the line, get your scribe, cut at an angle. I gotta fold it, I gotta find that line. Now there's the little touch-ups I gotta still do. I still gotta fine-tune everything, but this is just to get me somewhere in the neighborhood. See how big that came out? Came out too big, which is fine. I'd rather have it too big and not too small, because once you make it too small, it's no good. So we get rid of that. We take a piece of this HVAC tape. They use steam and rollers to stretch leather in real cars, but we're going to use HVAC tape because steam don't ain't a good idea to use on plastic. Okay, I'm gonna cut that top off. Let's see, it's way too big. The only thing is this first piece of HVAC tape is just to get you your shape in there. That's all that's for. Which, that's what I'm doing. I'm shaping it. On the back side, I'm taking my nail and pushing up on it. Now, seeing this is actual leather for an actual car, 1-to-1, it probably ain't going to be in scale, but I just like the looks of this. So we're just going to do this. See, pretty much I know where I got it cut off. So I grab my scissors again. See, it's a lot right there. I just gotta cut this off. Which then I gotta redo this for it. Just make sure I didn't cut too much off. See, I didn't cut too much off. And just keep working it until you get it finally to where you need it. As soon as you do that, you want to cut all this tape off, because that's all this tape is for, is to shape it. And then you'll do this other side once you got it done. And you'll just slap a piece of tape across, because you want as much plastic as showing. So, because when you lay your other piece of tape, that's what's going to hold these two pieces in. And the only reason why it's looking tucked is because I'm pushing out on HVAC tape. And what I did to the back side, got it close to the edge as I can. See, I only took it up. Probably could take a little bit more off there. But that's how you do the leather. Let me get some of this off the table. See, once you got it like this, see, that kept the shape because the HVAC tape was underneath it. See, and it's an easy installment back into it. So I do this. Just roughly do it. Get it where I want it. I'll go back through it, fine tune everything, and just use the same piece of tape until everything's fine tuned, like the plastic and everything. And then I'll replace this tape, because by then this sticky stuff is gone, and the only way it's going to hold is after I clean it. Clean my parts, because I don't clean my parts. I don't wash them before. I just dig into it and wash them right before I paint them. But that's pretty much how this goes in. See, I'm working on the Stacy Davis seat because I had an extra one. Well, I got an extra two, but I'm trying to get this form and everything, which I'm pretty close. A little bit more, fooling around with it. That should be pretty. It should look good when I get done with it, if I can get done with it. But yep, that's how you do the leathering, which is a little bit easier, a little bit thicker, so you don't have to build up with masking tape, to get it through. But yep, That had to be the end of the interiors, because this one is pretty fine-tuned. See how fine-tuned that is. It still needs a little bit more work. It's like right here, where I can either take down the plastic, or I can cut a little bit more of this off, which I probably take off some more plastic to make it sit down farther. See? And that's all you're doing. Just taking away and just adding. But thank you. The Mad Scientist wants to thank you for watching. Bye.